Hello!
Dude,
That hand's off screen.
dude, blocking the camera much? What you doing?
That's all right. He's a good boy. He can have fun there. Hope you guys have been well. Back to a full week of school.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys have had fun at school. If you haven't had fun at school, try and find a way to make it interesting. Like make a game. Like every time a teacher says a particular word, score a point. That could be interesting. That could get fun a little bit later on. But yes, we're going to get stuck into stuff. Let's go. That's okay. Hey, this week we did some challenges as we normally do. Shelby, what challenge did we have this week?
We had the pizza challenge this week, which was probably, to be honest, one of our coolest ones, right? So we had people, in case you missed it, we had a whole bunch of you guys send in selfies of you basically holding up a sign saying your name, your favorite pizza, and any dietary requirements, because that's pretty important when you eat a pizza, you know. And the winner tonight, I can't even say it, I'm too excited. Ben, you have to tell us what's happening to the winner.
We've got a pizza on order, ready to arrive at someone's house. So
Tonight!
if you entered, listen out for the doorbell. Let's just check the pizza tracker, Shelby. I don't know if I can share the pizza tracker. I probably can't because it has the address right there.
Oh yeah, no, we're not going to share your
We're not going to
address
share the
because
screen
you're
of the
gonna
pizza tracker, but we will tell you it is under the oven being cooked right now.
know. Oh my gosh, that pizza is actually in the oven.
Yeah.
And it is coming to your door, winner. If you didn't win though, you'll find out soon, but everyone gets a point for jumping in on that. So if you send a selfie, if you get that pizza or not, you still get that point.
You do indeed, which is great. Cool. So what we have is an example of everyone's entries that came through. So this was Steph. Steph got a piece of paper and Steph was wanting tandoori chicken on a gluten-free base. This is where everyone gets to find what everyone else is like what kind of pizza you like. Lucy sent one through, which was pretty cool. Shelby, what did Lucy ask for?
Lucy asked for a Hawaiian. Lucy, I am with you. Hawaiian is my favorite pizza.
Yeah, Hawaiian's pretty good. This is Ashlyn. Ashlyn asked for a pepperoni. It says Ashlyn loves pepperoni, and she's eating a cardboard pepperoni pizza there.
How good is this little pizza, guys? That's fantastic.
Ashlyn, and this is Emily asking for a Hawaiian. She said people are going to think this is fake. I think that's all completely real, Emily. You can't tell the Photoshop anywhere. It's good. It's good. It did cause a pineapple war online. Naomi asked for a pepperoni pizza as well. Pepperoni seems to be quite popular tonight.
Pepperoni's really popular. I didn't know that.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Caitlin, what did Caitlin ask for? She asked for pepperoni. That's a thread pepperoni.
So many pepperonis.
That was Rachel. Rachel asked for a margarita. A lovely, simple margarita. Actually, you know, I had a margarita for the first time in ages recently. It's actually not that bad.
It's actually delicious margarita.
You think it's just a piece of tomato and a herb, but it's delicious.
It's actually so good.
It's good. This one was Piper. She dressed up. Piper dressed up wearing a helmet, asking for meat lovers. Vimbiso also asked for mega meat lovers. Vimbiso had the right idea. She said, you know what? I'm going to ask for the expensive pizza because then we have to do it. So we'll
Someone
see.
else is paying. May as well ask for the expensive ones, guys.
Why not? Anthony printed one out with Domino's logos and everything, and a pizza already in his mouth. Going for the good old ham and cheese pizza. Yes. Where are we at? We'll just live with that for now. So we had the reveal video up on Instagram today. It stopped right at the point where Micah pulled out of the box the names. We had the box going here with all your entries printed out and put in the box, and we got Micah to pull names out of that hat. So that's going to be cool. So we're just going to just sit here until the pizza arrives.
10 minutes, guys.
No, that's a bit boring, isn't it? We should play a game.
All right, let's do that.
Cool. We've got a game called Spot the Difference for you tonight. And if you've never played a game of Spot the Difference, that's usually where you have two pictures and one of the pictures is slightly different than the other. You've got to guess the difference. So we're going to do that live with humans tonight. And what we're going to do is we're going to spotlight a leader. We're going to get a leader to step off screen for a moment. They are going to change their appearance ever so slightly, come back on screen, and you have to guess what they have done different. So to make this easier on yourself, it's probably worth getting out a gallery view and going to speaker view. If you're already in gallery view, you can go back after this game, but this would make it easier for that. So let's go around and grab some leaders and do this. Bo's first on my list. Hey, Bo, do you want to do some spot the difference for us? So.
Yep. Am I unmuted? Aha, I am.
This is Bo.
Yeah.
Hey, Bo.
Hi.
Bo, could you please step out of screen, change your appearance, and come back? And then the first, people have to guess in the chat what you have done differently about your appearance.
All right. How long do I get?
Maybe 4 or 5 seconds.
All right.
Not long. It's got to be a
How many things do I have to change? Sorry.
Just one.
Just one. Oh, all right. Okay.
Can I just comment
do
for a
something.
second on Bo's background?
It's pretty awesome.
It's themed. You know, I didn't think I'd be put on the spot though. So.
Sorry.
I'll be back. You can watch the pizza, and I'll change.
All right, we'll watch the pizza
something.
while Bo changes. All right. All right. So let's just watch the pizza. It's a pepperoni pizza again. Man,
Is that a finger?
it's a finger. It's a hand picking up the pizza.
Oh,
Did you
I
not see
literally thought like there was someone like putting their finger like in screen, like woo.
Cool. Hey, can everyone start guessing what Bo did differently? Bo, I don't know what you've done, so you're going to have to check out the chat and see if people can guess. We've got guesses
Yeah,
on the
I think-
jumper, the watch, the sleeve.
Cat got it first.
So it was
Cat
the
Harris.
watch, was it?
Yes, it was my watch.
You see Nick jumping up and down. I'm guessing that's actually Nick.
No, Cat should get the points because if Nick can't change his name, then she should get the points, right?
All right, it's official. Cat's going on our leaderboard.
All right, that's done. Thanks,
Excellent.
Bo. All right, let's
No
pick
worries.
another leader. Which leader wants to go next? I have Lubinda somewhere up here. Here we go. Let's put you on
what's up?
spotlight. Everyone, this is Lubinda. If you've never met him before, this is him. He's cool. All right, man. Everyone
doing?
stare at him. Memorize what he looks like. And now, Lubinda, you get 5 seconds to jump up and change your appearance.
Sure thing.
While you do that, we're going to judge your blank wall.
Yep.
It's a nice wall.
Nice wall.
Yeah.
Cool wall.
Cool wall. Nice and white. It's pretty awesome. All right. Change something. All right. Let's go. Let's see what he's done. Someone's asked for glasses off. Someone said, everyone's just saying glasses.
That's it.
What did you change, man?
I changed my glasses. Oh,
Nice.
Hey.
Put them upside down. All right. Hopefully this week I don't lose the chat and I can get points too.
I reckon the person who should get points there is the first person who said upside down glasses, not just
yeah, I think so too. You have to be specific.
You gotta be specific, guys. Come on.
You do indeed. All right. Cool. All right. Let's move. Whoa, what am I doing here? I almost kicked Luinda out. I got to click the right buttons. Sorry, man. Thomas, where are you, Thomas? Here is
I'm over
Thomas.
here.
Everyone, this is Thomas. If you've never met Thomas, this is him. He's also a great guy. Thomas, we're going to memorize what you look like. And now, Thomas, you should change your appearance. Ready? Change your appearance. Woo. All right. We are looking at his roof. His roof is pretty cool. I don't know what it is that's leaning over his camera.
Yeah.
Looks like
what
an
is
ice
that?
cube tray.
Oh.
But, he's back. All right. Guesses go. Guesses for what Thomas has done to change his background. We have guesses of headphones off. We've
Ooh,
got
this
I
one's a bit
think I saw
trickier.
someone.
the microphone, the hair messed up.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
hair.
nice.
There we go. Liam,
Yeah.
Taylor,
It's the
and Mitchell.
hair.
Oh, good lord. 3 people.
Yeesh. Nice.
job, guys.
Nice. All right. Thanks, man. All right. We're going to move into something else now, and we might come back to that game if we've got a little bit of time at the end. Shelby,
Yeah.
do you want us to remind us what happened last week? Last week we did a pretty interesting game.
Oh my goodness. So if you were with us last week, we had, I don't know what we called it. I can't remember what it was called, but we did a game. Show us your fridge. I remember the name of the game. Show us your fridge. And what we did is we opened up our fridge and we made Ben make a sandwich out of 3 random ingredients of your choice from our fridge. And do you know what? I ended up eating the sandwich at the end. And I thought it was going to be disgusting because we ended up doing cheese,
Mango yogurt.
and tomato salsa. And I just thought that would be disgusting. But at the end of the night, I had a taste of it and it was the most delicious thing I have ever tasted. I was like, guys, this needs to be a staple in our diet now. So anyways, I have been converted into that. Yeah.
So Shelby convinced me. She wanted to do this again, but this time we're going to do a pizza. So Shelby's going to eat this one. So she's the one that's going to take you for a tour of our kitchen.
So you guys got to be nice to me like you were nice to Ben. Come
Yeah.
on, give me some good new combos.
The other cool thing is this time around, we are doing it through a poll. We've actually done this, so it's going to be actually logical and easily managed. So Shelby, you should head up to the kitchen and show us what's up there.
Sounds good.
Have you got a?
I'm gonna grab my
You're going to use your laptop. All right, I will wax lyrical while you grab your laptop. So what Shelby doesn't know is I've swapped all the ingredients for things that are discussed. No, I haven't really. It is all exactly what she left on the bench. Oh, there she is. She's running through. I should spotlight her so you can all see her. Where is she? Here we go. Spotlight Shelby. Here she is. Can everyone see Shelby?
I'm gonna unmute myself here. All right, guys. So as you can see, we have got a few different things. We have got a pizza base right here and wholemeal because, you know, props for being a little bit healthy. I just think I might have not unmuted myself there. Beautiful. The other thing we have got, so we've got 3 different categories. So we're going to do the base, but after the base, you guys have got to choose one item from the following category, and that category is sauce. You've got to tell us which sauce I need to put on my pizza. So I'm going to show you the options here. So we've got a whole range of things here. You can do some applesauce, you can do some maple syrup, which is sugar-free, so that always helps. You know, it actually doesn't help because that actually tastes really gross. But anyways, we got some honey. I'm really hoping you guys are very kind and just, you know, good old pizza sauce. That's a good idea. Who thought of that? Then you can be really mean to me if you want, and you can do some soy sauce, but it's not just soy sauce. I don't even know how to pronounce this, but this is basically super, super strong soy sauce, just like super strong soy sauce. Or you can do some coleslaw dressing. So that is category 1, sauces. So you've got to pick one of those items. The second category that you have to pair with the sauce that you chose is our savory category. So you have got to choose one of the next categories. So you could do, we have some nice slow cooked pork here. That's from our dinner last night. That stuff is delicious. That would go beautifully on a pizza. Otherwise, you can do some tuna. You can do some chickpea. Or you can do some canned capsicum or peppers, red peppers. So you can choose. So we've got category 1 sauce, category 2 savory. Category 3 is our sweet. So you got to add a little bit of sweetness to the pizza. So you can choose between grapes. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this, guys. Grapes on a pizza, not too sure. Passion fruit, that could be okay, depending on what you put it with. Or custard. You could put custard on my pizza. All right, and then, of course, what is a pizza without cheese? So no matter what items you choose, we'll definitely use the base and we'll definitely top it with the cheese. So that's what we've got then.
Cool, cool. So guys, here's how this is going to work. I'm going to put a poll on your screens, and you can now start actually just voting what you want to go on Shelby's pizza. So if you want the tomato paste, you click on that.
I just realised I can vote. This could be great.
Yeah, so pick one from each category. Oh, so far the sauce is maple syrup. We're having a win.
Oh, okay.
It's so fun just watching all these numbers go up and down and up and down. Has anyone had a pizza delivered to them yet? No? All right, that's okay. All right, we have had 22 of 31 people voting. We'll give it just a couple more seconds.
Get your votes in.
Get your votes in, indeed. Well, I should probably stop spotlighting Shelby. Oh, she's already done it. Shelby's on the ball.
I'm on it.
Cool, cool. All right, so 7 seconds. Sorry, we had a massive echo there. That echo should be gone now. So that's cool. All right, so I'm going to end that poll. Here's the results of that poll. We are going for, a tie between soy sauce and maple syrup. Yep, Shelby's freaking out. We're going to have it with chickpeas and custard.
Oh. Why, guys? You're so mean. Actually, do you know what? I was actually like semi-puking. Not really, but I wanted to puke last week when I saw the mango yogurt. So you never know. You guys actually might be geniuses, and this might actually be the best pizza I ever eat. We'll find out.
All right, so that was, I'm going to write this down because we're going to lose it otherwise. That was the soy sauce, there's the maple syrup, the chickpeas, and what was the last one?
Custard.
Custard. You know what? Shelby originally had baby food up there and she changed it.
I know. There actually was baby food in there, and I'm like, nope. I wimped out.
Nice. Cool. Hey, looks like the pizza hasn't been delivered yet. I'm going to check the pizza tracker, see where that is at. And it says, oh, I've lost the screen. Why does Zoom cover everything? It's ready in store. It's about to deliver.
Oh, it's on the way.
All right. So it's ready for the guy to take in the car. Okay, we're going to check on that pizza as we go. For now, I think we need a pizza update. I've got your delivery driver is Felicity, and she is on your way. It doesn't tell me how many minutes it's coming in, though. Anyone got a pizza? Nope. All right. We'll keep waiting.
The anticipation, guys, is nuts. There's just a table here. That wasn't there before. I just like sat on it almost.
Yeah, that's because, if you're nervous, this is your pizza.
Oh my gosh, we're about to make my pizza.
All right, cool. So what do we start with? We're going to have some maple syrup on this. How much maple syrup did you like? Is that good?
Yeah.
Cool. If you guys think I need more, just always yell out. I'm not going to necessarily do it, but, you know. This one is called ketchup mayonnaise. It's like a really sweet but really strong soy sauce. Yeah, so we'll just add some of that.
Literally like double the. Oh.
That is not what I expected.
Can you see that? Oh my gosh.
Look, I'm going to use a grape to spread that out.
I love it. You've also got Ella still sitting in the waiting room there.
Ella's in a waiting room. We can add her in while we do this. All right. Cool. I normally use a spoon to do this on my pizzas. Do you like it going to the edge, or do you want some crust?
Look, I will take it how I have it.
You want to try that?
I'm good. Oh, okay.
That's weird. Yeah. All right. How much chickpeas?
Oh, he didn't even drain them first,
Yeah, I
guys.
did.
Okay.
Why do you think it was open?
okay.
What do you think I was doing while you guys were in
Like
breakout rooms?
chickpea juice. No. Okay.
What was the last thing? Custard.
Oh
All
gosh,
right.
I can't
Yes,
look.
yes.
I can't look. Tell me when it's over. Let's tell me when this is over.
So guys, do I just drop this on, or do I like? Oh, that's gross. Shelby, are you regretting everything about?
Why did I say we should do this? I honestly trusted you guys. I was like, you're gonna make such a good thing again.
No, you got to just get your friends to be the people who do it. How much cheese do you want?
How much do I want?
Look, you can't have a pizza without cheese.
Custard and cheese. Is that a thing?
Is it out? All right.
It's really the chickpeas I feel that take it to the edge.
Look at that.
But
guys.
even without the chickpeas, I feel soy sauce and custard. Even just soy sauce and custard, I feel like that's not a thing, guys. That is not a thing.
Look, I had soy sauce with maple syrup in my mouth a second ago. It's good. It's good. Hey, I'm going to take all this away. While you're sitting there disgusted, you're bringing us our message this week.
Okay. All right.
Are you in a headspace to be able to do
I'm
that?
not in a headspace. I have forgotten what we were talking about, guys. All I can think is soy sauce and custard. No, that's cool. I can compose myself.
I am going to roll out of my chair because these chairs are hard to get out of.
When we were in the Forestdale crew, they were like, guys, like, just turn your camera off. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could have like not. Okay, he's actually doing it. I was. So you didn't watch him do an epic fall. All right. Okay.
I'll take this
the
away.
pizza. Mama. Get my message. Pop that there. Oh my gosh. I'm so not ready for this. I'm just thinking, this chair. Okay. We've got this, guys. He thinks I'm going to pop the chair, which is very possible that I probably will. Okay. We're good. We got all I need. All right, guys. So we have been, P.S., when you get the pizza, just interrupt me. Just tell us. Tell us when you get the pizza. Make a big song and dance in the camera so that we know you have got the pizza. I will stop because that is something worth stopping for. But while waiting for pizza, we have been working through Choose Your Own Adventure, right? And Choose Your Own Adventure is all about the fact that when we have a life with God, or when we're getting to know God, or when we have a life choosing to follow Jesus, that is an adventure. And it's not a formula. It's not a do this. This is what's going to happen. It is an adventure, and it looks really different for all of us. So that's what we're going to talk about more today. In previous weeks, we've talked about we were talking about last week about the people you go on that adventure with, so your friends or the people you interact with. That is going to change or impact your faith. So you've got to be careful who you choose to go on the adventure with, because that is going to make a really big difference on the destination that you end up with. And then the first week was all about the fact that spending time with God, or the way you go on the adventure, is going to be different for everyone. So we heard from a few of us as leaders on how we connect with God, how we spend time with God. And that's going to be different for all of us, and that's okay. It's an adventure, trying to learn and find out, how do I connect with God? Today we are going to talk about, we have our own story or our own adventure, and Jesus wants us to share that story with others. So we have a story, and Jesus wants us to share the story with others on the way. So when we talk about our story, this image comes to mind. And this is an image that I got shown when I was probably maybe 12, maybe 13, which might be sort of a similar age to some of you guys. And I kind of got this image that when we think about our relationship with God, sometimes we think that, Bo's just saying that the pizza has been delivered. What do you mean?
All right. Let me explain some stuff.
Okay, Ben's back. We'll come back.
Sorry. So we wanted to surprise people, and we actually ordered 2 pizzas. Right, just saw 2 pizzas arrived on one of the people's desks. So Ashlyn is there showing her pizza, and she's got Rachel's pizza with her.
No!
So I'm going to call Domino's and tell them they're a bunch of poo-poo heads.
And awesome props for Ashlyn gets 2 pizzas. Oh, good. All right, guys, well done. So winners we had 2 winners from our Forestdale winner. Well done, Ashlyn. You got the pizza and you got a pepperoni, although you just so happen to get another one as well. Bonus. And Rachel, so sorry, you are a winner though. Rachel, you will get your pizza. We'll have to reorder it now and make sure it comes to your house, not Ashlyn's. So that is hilarious.
It is. It's a little bit annoying, especially because Rachel knew it was coming too.
Yeah, Ashlyn's completely surprised. Ashlyn didn't know. Rachel had a little bit of she was in the know. She was in the know. Ashlyn, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Had you already eaten dinner? Yes or no? So double dinner. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Oh, good. All right, that was fun.
All right,
Ben's going to scoot off and get Rachel, your dinner will be on its way. And we're going to keep going with our story or our adventure. All right, so image of our story, right? Sometimes I kind of thought when I was younger that when I became a Christian, so my journey with God, I'd kind of just be going through life, right? And I'd just kind of be doing my thing. And then somewhere along the way, I would decide that I would become a Christian. And that this would be some amazing, crazy point in my life. As soon as I make that decision, it would just be all up from here. My life would be good until I get to heaven, right? So say this is like heaven where we're just like with Jesus, physically living with Jesus in this perfect world. That's what I thought my story or my adventure would look like. But when I was about your age, one of my pastors at my old church where I grew up said, no, Shelby, that's not how it works. That's not what your story is going to look like. It's going to look way more like this. What happens is we kind of go along life and then we make a decision. We make a decision at some point where we go, all right, I think I might actually commit to this Christian thing. I've met other Christians. I've heard about Jesus. This is now something that I want. So we do have this significant moment, and that is a significant moment. But from that moment, it doesn't just go straight up to heaven, and it's like not all great, and it doesn't just get better and better and better. But it's an adventure, literally. You know, you think about a map or an adventure, it's up and down. There are hills, there are valleys, there are creeks you got to cross. There are a whole bunch of things on an adventure. And that's a lot like our stories in life as well. And when you go through life, you might start going up and you go, okay, I'm getting to know God and I'm praying lots and I'm just feeling like, you know, life is really good and I've made the greatest choice ever. But then something bad happens and I start doubting myself and I might go backwards. I'm going backwards because I'm looking at the screen. Which way am I pointing at? I'm going to go backwards a little bit and I'm going to go down and I might start feeling really bad. Or maybe God's silent and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I was like really close to God for a while and now I just feel like he's not even in my life. But then things start sorting themselves out a little bit and life starts going up again. And you might be going through a really good stage and going, yeah, no, this is cool. This Christian thing, this church thing. I love church. I love youth. I love going to and hearing about Jesus and all these messages. And I'm getting closer to God. I'm going up. But then it feels a little bit bumpy, nothing too dramatic. But then you go through another dip and then you go back up. And then you might go through these seasons, right, where you just don't even know what's going on. It's just a blur. It's just like, I don't even know what's happening in this little squiggle. Sometimes my life feels like a squiggle. And then sometimes you might go through really deep, bad stuff, and then you go back kind of up. This is more like what our adventure or our story is going to look like. It's not just this straight line of, I'm making a decision to become a Christian, life is perfect, bam, Jesus. It doesn't work like that. It's an up and a down story. For many of us here, we're still pretty young. I think I'm still pretty young. You can decide whether you think so or not. But for most of us here, we're still pretty early on in the story. We're still pretty young. We're still pretty early in the story. So a lot of this stuff hasn't happened yet. A lot of this stuff hasn't happened. Where sometimes our story is not yet complete. We might be here. Maybe you're here with us tonight and you haven't made a decision to be a Christian. Maybe you're here because this is your community, you come to youth and you love youth, but that doesn't mean you love Jesus, and that's okay. You may decide not to make that decision because that is a choice, right? That is a choice. So you might be in this point here. You might be at that choice. You might be like, I'm only just deciding now. Maybe you're a few years in of making that choice. Wherever you are, the point is your story is not complete. Your story is not complete. Every single one of us here has so much more ahead of us. We have so many highs ahead of us, but we also have lows ahead of us. And we know that, and we know that that's going to be okay. We know that's okay because even though our stories aren't complete, we know that no matter where we are, God is with us. God makes that promise that God is with us. He loves us no matter where we are, whether we're down here or whether we're up here somewhere. God is with us and God loves us. So we know that no matter what highs are coming or what lows are coming in our lives, God is with us. We don't have to be in heaven for God to be with us. He is here with us now on earth. So we know that God is with us. We know that our stories are incomplete and we know that we have a story. But the other part of this is that Jesus actually wants us to share our stories. So we have this adventure, we have this journey, but Jesus says, share your story, share your adventure. In Mark chapter 5:19 in the Bible, it says, Jesus said, go home to your own people. So the people that are in your life already. Go home to your own people. Tell them how much the Lord has done for you. Tell them how kind he has been to you. Jesus says, go into your people. Who are your crew? Who are the people in your life? And tell them how much the Lord has done for you. No matter where you are on that adventure, what has God done for you in your life? Go and tell the people in your life what he has done for you and how kind he has been to you. Why does Jesus ask us to do that? Why does he want us to share with other people what our journeys are? It's particularly when our stories aren't even complete yet. That's what always has tripped me up, because it's like, you don't publish a book when you've only written the first chapter. You wait till it's finished until you're going to publish the book, right? But no. God says you don't wait to finish the book. You don't wait for your journey to be over. Share it now, no matter where you are, whether you're on page 1 or the final page or the final chapter. Share your story now. Why? 1, because it helps us. I don't know about you, but when I need to process something or when I am feeling a bit confused or unclear about something, I just need to talk it out. My mum for me is that person, sometimes Ben as well, but particularly my mum. When I call her and I have this thing and I just need to blurt it out. When I talk about something, I feel more clear about it. So Jesus says, go and tell people about your story, because it might be something that's fresh, It might be something that you're trying to figure out. You might go, where is Jesus in my life right now? You know, was that thing that happened yesterday, was that him? Find people you trust. Go to your people. Who are your people? Who are your safe people? And talk it out. Who's going to help you feel more clear about your story? Because being clear about your story, feeling more clear about your story is going to actually help you move along closer up the journey. And second, not only does it help out ourselves, but it also helps others. It also helps others. It helps the people that we share, because we're not in this journey alone. God didn't ask us to do this alone. And, you know, other people might be further down. So you might be up here somewhere, and you might be talking to a friend that's just that little bit away down here, and they might need help kind of making that next step. You know, if you've been at Forestdale, you might have heard a lot of my stories. I share a lot of my stories with you guys. It does help me, but it helps, I hope, you guys as well, because you get to hear someone else having lived life before you. And even though I'm only a few years beyond, further along than you guys get to hear what it was like, you know, when I was younger, when I was in high school. What was it like to follow Jesus? What was it like to make those decisions and live a life with Christ? If you're at Harrisdale, I'm sure you've got leaders there that do the same. And Jesus says, share your story, because it is going to help others. They are going to get closer to Jesus and find out about Jesus because of what Jesus is doing in your life. So guys, that's what I've got. Choose your own adventure. This is an adventure, guys. This is exciting. There are a lot of highs. There are a lot of lows. That is okay, because our stories aren't complete. God is with us, and Jesus wants us to share our stories with others. Awesome. Ben's coming back now. How'd you go with the pizza, Ben?
I can give a pizza update.
What's the pizza update?
They're very sorry they screwed up. They're making a new pizza, and it's on its way.
There you go. Personal apology from the pizza place. What pizza place was it?
I'm not saying, because I don't want to totally destroy them.
Let's not shame.
But if you
name
looked at
shame
it from
them.
the screen, you'd know.
I didn't.
Hey guys, got my lovely pizza. If you didn't know what was on it, it actually doesn't look too bad, hey? Like, it looks quite presentable. The only thing stopping me from sneaking a slice is knowing that there's chickpeas on that mixed with custard.
It smells weird.
It smells caramelized.
It smells weird.
It's like
Custard.
custard. The maple syrup is just nice
it's the maple syrup that I smell.
nice and caramelized. It's beautiful.
Guys, it smells really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe. Oh my gosh, I wish I could share, like, you know how you share screen? I wish you could share smell.
Share smell. I love it. Shelby, are you willing to attempt the pizza?
Look, I don't think I got a choice, do I? It's just the chickpeas. Everything else would be fine.
Maybe go for this one. There's a few less chickpeas on it.
Oh, it's the soy sauce. I just remember the soy sauce.
Oh, this is
It's
going to
not
be
just-
great.
It's not just the chickpeas.
Do I need to get a bucket?
No, but I'm going to get my water, because I'm just going to need to wash this down, guys.
Eat it.
Wish me
eat
luck.
It, eat it. All right. She's eating it. She's making a horrible face. I'm thinking I won with the nacho sandwich. Look, she's not crying. She is making that face.
I don't have words. I don't know what to say about that. It's just this. The cheese is good. You know what? The custard's fine.
Okay, what would you rate this pizza out of 10?
A 1.
A 1. All right,
This is
so
not great.
don't recommend.
This is not a recommend.
If you actually do a soy sauce, maple syrup, custard, and chickpea pizza, you should take a photo and send it to us. And I will, and if you did that and videoed yourself eating it,
You're gonna get like points. How many points should we give them?
not only
That's-
that, I would give $5. Otherwise,
Bribery is not okay, guys. Do not bribe.
Well done, Shelby.
I'm gonna say, guys, if you upload a video of you eating a pizza with chickpeas, custard, and maple syrup and soy sauce, those 4 things, you're gonna get like 4 points on the leaderboard. I've said it. I didn't ask Ben. I said it because I know how gross this is.
Yep. Well, speaking of leaderboards, let's check it out. I don't know if any of you can read that because of how big it is. If you need to go and speak to you might need to. But you'll see Emily is still hiding up the top there. My finger. Emily is still at the top on 9, and she's bubbling along. You know why? Because she keeps entering stuff. So if you want to pass Emily, you need to enter stuff and beat her. But yes, everyone who had a pizza photo tonight ended up on the board. You'll notice Steph bumping along. She's already climbed to 8.
Yes.
Nick is up to 4.
Nick, how does it feel? Steph's double your points.
That was worth it just for the look on Nick's face. I wish I recorded that. I did record that. I'm going to use that. Cool. All right, well, guys, this is still running for a little bit longer. We just heard today from the government that it's still going to be a few more weeks at least, possibly another month or so before we're allowed to do youth again. So we'll keep doing this on Zoom. We'll keep
Plenty
going.
of time to get more points, and if you need the boost, make yourself a pizza and film it and eat it, and it'll get you up there on your leaderboard.
Cool. It's not that bad.
It's not good. You want some water?
Good.
Not fun, guys.
Look at that.